Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is another beer courtesy of Bronx Brewery. Thank you so much. This is Heavy Fennel, brewed in collaboration with Baldor Specialty Foods. This is a dry Irish stout, 4.5%, but brewed with fennel pollen, as the name suggests. So fennel pollen is a pretty interesting ingredient that, again, is taking over the culinary side. It seems like chefs and restaurants are very excited by this. It's a spice with intense smell and taste of licorice, citrus, and marshmallow. So it's really interesting. So I'm curious how those flavors will work with a dry Irish stout. So let's dig into it. Beer comes in a beautiful deep brown color, not quite black. There's a little bit of like brownish hue in there. Yeah, it's actually even a medium to deep brown colors because there is a good amount of brownish hues on the edges. But let's get the aroma on this one. Yeah, I'm getting familiar dry Irish stout qualities. There's a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of light roast quality. Nothing too dense. Doesn't smell very sweet. But can sort of see this hint of maybe spicing and dancing around in there. But yeah, no, in general, it smells marshmallowy, toasted marshmallows, cocoa, hints of coffee roast, a little bit of roasted malt, maybe a touch of that kind of, what is that quality? Like a hint of licoricey kind of thing dancing in there. Cheers. Okay. So now I'm getting it on the palate. It's interesting. It's nice. It has this beautiful, unsweetened citrus quality to it. A little bit of that going on, dried orange peel, blacking the really rich oils of like a freshly peeled orange, more of the light, zesty, dried intensity of the light bitterness that you'd get from eating a dried tangerine or orange peel. A little bit of licorice dancing around there, but nothing too intense, but it is a little bit earthy. More of that grainy roast in there. I'm assuming they're using roasted barley or something like that. Get that nice dry finish on this one. Yeah, it's a familiar beer. There's a little bit of like a light hop bitterness. Yeah, like green hop bitterness dancing in there, lightly piney and earthy in there, and it plays well with that fennel pollen flavor, that light licoricey thing. I like that the fennel pollen actually doesn't dominate the beer. It's a well-made dry Irish stout, and then the spice just like, does a pretty good job. Doesn't dominate the aroma, doesn't dominate the palate. 4.5% stout does a good job. And yeah, as you wait more, there's a light fruitiness, citrus quality dancing in there, which is fun because that complements the earthiness of the hops in there, and also those licorice anise flavors of the fennel pollen. It's a well-made one. I think throwing in interesting ingredients is something that's overdone sometimes with craft breweries, and it just doesn't work. These two beers that I've done with reviewed with Bronx Brewery have actually been fantastic. Two of the best additional ingredient integrated beers that I've had recently. You hear something like fennel pollen and you're not quite sure how it would work with the beer, but here it's understated. It works well. And what's important for me here is also simply the base beer is just a good beer. It's a good dry Irish stout at 4.5%. As for a rating, it's fun. I like it. Let's go to 89 on this one. This is great. This is Heavy Fennel from Bronx Brewery. Until next time, cheers. Later.